Hello there, welcome back to Crafters TV. It's 7 p.m. here in the UK, 2 p.m. on the East Coast. It's a Wednesday, so it means, of course, it is time for Creative Cravings. That one show of the week where we maybe take things back to basics a little bit more. So if you are a new crafter, there are so many of you joining us every single day. You're going to absolutely love and adore this show, but there is definitely hints, tips, tricks and techniques for everyone to pick up, which is awesome. We've got some fabulous deals for you in the show. We've also got a fabulous crafty expert with us as well. Craig is here. How are you, Craig?
Oh, I'm doing good, thank you so much, Joe. Ready to go for this, as you say, Wednesday night here in the UK. Look what we're going to be doing today and focusing on these next couple of hours. We've got our Eclipse stamping dies. Now, everything I'm away to show you, we gave you a little bit of a tease on Wake Up Call this afternoon. So this is these really fancy Eclipse one. Now, use the stamps on their own or use the dies on their own like I do, but what you're doing is if you use them together, you're getting this very Eclipse, kind of like silhouette effect we're going to be focusing on. So not just cards, maybe you want to do statement pieces for around the house, but then we've got them back after them being so uber popular on Friday during Colour Me Happy. We've got our glitter markers. These hadn't been seen since December, so Friday was the first chance we got a hold of them, and then today we've still got some in stock, so we've brought them back. And then another one that is an absolute popular one, and I'm going to leave Joe to do the housework, but I believe there's not many of this collection left that we've got today. So we've got the Woodland animals here, so doing some colouring, doing some concepts, but with it being Creative Cravings, it means we're going to bring it back slightly and we're going to do things a little bit easier for maybe you guys that are new to crafting and new to us at Crafters Companion.
Absolutely, we do have an incredible collection available for you on the Woodland Animals, the Woodland Friend, sorry. It is a quarter gone on the large collection. Pop yourself over to the website to see all the details on that. I'll take you through everything you're getting as you go through the show. If you want the Woodland Deer though and the 3D die cut toppers, they are only available within the larger collection. Something else that I really need to share with you because it is back in stock, it is our glitter markers. Now, I have actually never done a show where these have been on my show. They've always sold out before I've got the opportunity to do so. They are back in stock right now. They are incredible. Craig's going to take us through these as we go through the show. It's all three of the collections are available to you at the moment. So you've got the neon brights in there, the vibrant florals, and also the cool elements. £32 or $48 if you want to get your hands on those. We're going to go straight across to Craig because I know he's got loads that he wants to share with us, but I've got to read this out. Diane says, I'm at work and I just tuned in and my daughter works with me and yells across the office, I know that's the Crafters song. She says, I think I might be busted. Sounds like you are busted, Diane. It really, really does. Loads in this show this evening, Craig, but where would you like to start?
So we're going to start with the Woodland Friends there. So let's go in and let's do a relatively simple card for this one here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a look and go for, I'm looking for Mr. or Mrs. Fox. Let's go, have I got the fox here? Maybe not. So let's change our plan slightly and then let's go for the bunny rabbit. Yeah, let's go for the bunny rabbit on this one here. So what I'm going to do is I've got my stamp at the side and I've also got some Nina cardstock ready to go. So I'm going to colour these in with our tri-blend. So what I've done is I've got my Noir Black pen or my Noir Black ink pad, and what I've also got is I've got a couple of my tri-blends. So I'm going for the Fair Skin blend and the Burnt Orange blend. So what I can do is bring in my Nina cardstock. So if I pop this one here, now it doesn't need to be exact because all that I'm wanting is the bunny rabbit. So what we can do is we can place that roughly where I need that to go. And then I'm going to use my large stamping platform. So let's go in with our Noir Black. And this is, as I say, the alcohol-proof ink pad because we're going to be using our alcohol-proof pens. So what we can then do is give this a really good press. So we want to press that so that we get a good impression with the ink. And the good thing would be in the large stamping platform, if I missed any little bits, then I could always go back and re-stamp. But I haven't. I'm quite happy with that, Joe.
Awesome.
So what I'm away to do is I'm away to colour these ones in. Now with the bunny rabbit, what you get with all of these is you get the dies to go with them, but not just any dies, you've got 2 of them. So what this does is it doesn't die cut a full image, it actually gives you the option or the ability to do edgeables, whether it's the left or the right hand side, or you could of course use them both together and cut out a full image. So what I'm going to do is let's go in with our 2 pens, and with it being an alcohol pen, I've got a piece of cardstock underneath here. And what I'm doing is I'm going to start to lay down the fair skin blend. And we're going to go all the way in, and I'm going to lay down that lightest tone first. So we're going straight on, and I want to get a really good coverage. In some ways, it's kind of like you're saturating the cardstock, priming the cardstock with that lightest tone. And then what I'm going to do is by layering it down, and then I'm going to start to follow these little index lines that you get within the stamps as well. And it's just it's a good therapeutic image to colour because you've got a larger space. But then the animals, they're so cute, but without being cutesy cute, if you see what I mean.
Yeah, I think if you wanted to, they're not childish cute, are they?
No.
They're not just for, you know, projects for little ones. Absolutely, if you wanted to theme these and bring them into projects for the smaller members of the family, absolutely you could, but they are sort of refined enough that they're going to work on a whole host of different projects. Loads of people joining us this evening, Craig. Eleanor's in from Pennsylvania. Shelley's here from Michigan. Georgianne is in from Clearwater, Florida. I can see Valerie in California. Roberta's in Connecticut. Evelyn's in from Colorado as well. Dawn Marie in Utah. Mary Rounds in South Carolina too. Shall we do a bit of a crafty Q&A about halfway through this show, Craig? What do you think to that?
I'm more than happy with that, Joe. I will answer as many questions as I can.
Awesome.
Anyone that needs help, then we can go for it.
Brilliant. It could be about absolutely anything. Any crafty conundrum that you've got, Craig is here to answer your questions. So get them into me and I'll save them up for about halfway through the show, and then we'll pop them over to Craig, seeing as it is Creative Cravings.
Yeah, that's it. And there's never any such question that is a silly question, so don't be scared, don't be worried. You know, I know sometimes it could sound like, or maybe to yourself, it would be a silly question, but I can bet your bottom dollar there'll be someone else out there thinking the same thing, so do ask away. Sometimes you just need to bite that bullet and ask the question.
Absolutely, you do. Lily says, hi everyone. I hope it's been a good day for all. I have a lovely night of tri-blend colouring and all my penny slider characters. So I can do a batch of making session tomorrow. So I'll be watching and colouring. What a lovely evening you've got lined up there.
Absolutely.
Yolanda loves the Woodland Friends collection. Sam Manu says, hi everyone. I'm a newbie from a cold York. Hello, newbie. It's Sam in York. It is freezing in the UK. I just said to you before the show, didn't I, Craig?
You did.
I am so bored of being cold. It's been so cold for so long.
You did say that, didn't you? Literally before we went live, as we were both getting a hot drink, you were saying it had gone cold.
It is freezing.
You wouldn't think it was springtime at the moment, would
No,
you?
it will be summer in a minute though, Craig.
It will be.
It's pending. Summer is loading. Yolanda says, can't wait to see the Demo King and what he comes up with today. Newly crowned Demo King. Sarah was not happy last night, Craig.
Was she not?
No, she can't believe that you broke her record.
It's funny. Yeah, Johnny had done, was it 10 demos?
10 demos in the Hunky Dory show, yeah.
Yeah. And last night when I went home, Joe, I'd done a little bit of prep for today's show, and then I chilled out on the settee watching the sofa, and I seen at the side of me on my phone lots of people, when they were watching Sarah, they were obviously commenting and mentioning me, because my phone kept pinging. Like it was lighting up because I had it on silent, and I did have a look later on in the night, and many were saying, has anyone told Sarah yet that Craig's beat our record? Has anyone told her? Someone needs to tell her. I was like, oh.
She knows, Craig, don't you worry, she knows.
You know what Sarah's like though? She's going to do everything that she can.
Oh, it'll be 12 demos next show she's in.
Well, that's it. You know, you never know how long her voice has gone for. She might just keep... Just keep demoing then, eh? I'll need to try that kind of technique.
It makes such a difference, doesn't it? Because you look at that, Craig, and you think there's not a huge amount of colour on there, but it really does give it so much dimension.
It does. It really, really does. Sometimes you just need to bear with it. Sometimes as well, you think you've not got a lot of shading, but even just being the fair skin blend, and that's all that I'm using. Although I did bring out the burnt orange, I'm not actually going to use that. Stick to the fair skin, and then I'm going into the magenta, and what I'm doing is going in with the lightest tone, and I'm adding the lightest tone there. Let's add a tiny little bit of the medium tone, and that's it. I'm not adding any of the dark, I'm just using them two. And then what I also like to do, Joe, although I'm going to wait to cut this out shortly, when we've done a stamped image and coloured it, I always like to go around with my ice grey too. So draw around all the way around, and it doesn't matter whether it's a sentiment that I've stamped out, whether it's an image that I've stamped and coloured, it just brings the image away from the paper. It gives it that full, or it brings out the detail that's all the way around, and it also lifts it. So drawing around the full lot, and then I'm going to go here and I'm going to stay still. And I know with it being grey, it is slightly harder because it is a very light grey. It's just ice grey too, very, very light. Works well if you are just going to be using a nesting die because you're really going to see it stand out. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the two dies here. You know what I'm like, I would be inclined to fussy cut that out, but let's show you how you can still use the two dies. You will need to do a little bit of snippage. So what I'm doing is I'm following the outline of the bunny rabbit, and then I can tape this one into place. And depending on the size of the cardstock that you're using, many of these images with the animals will go through your Gemini Mini and your Go. So I'm just matching that up just again to that outline.
Now, some people would say, why not just do one solid die? But separating that die out gives you so many more options, isn't it, Craig?
It does, yeah. It gives you the versatility of doing a left side edgeable or a right hand side edgeable. And for all that it takes to either fussy cut it or use both dies together and then do a tiny little bit of snippage in a minute, it gives you that extra versatility. And it's worthwhile doing.
Diane says, love watching you two together. Oh, thanks, Diane. Hannah Hicks loves the Woodland Friends, such cute set. Patricia saying she bought the ice grey and the blue pen solely for outlining, like Craig is showing now. I know a lot of you own and love the Woodland Friends collection. I would love you to send me in some pictures of your creations using it. You can do that by emailing me studio@craftscompanion.co.uk.
So good to see what you've been doing, whether it's with this collection or others. Do send them in, as Joe says. So what I've done is I've taken that outline die. Now it's still held in place ever so slightly. So all that I need to do is using my scissors, just right here at the bottom, I just need to snip that tiny little bit to release it. Tiny little bit here to release that. And we've now got our bunny rabbit. And I've also got that grey halo that's all the way around. So what I've done is I've taken a circle nesting die, one of the scalloped ones, and a piece of pattern paper from the 6x6 pad. And then I've done a smaller nesting die. That's going to sit into place here. So let's bring in our low tack tape. And I only need to do not even half of this. So if I pop my tape here, and you can use your choice of adhesive. I'm using a tape runner for speed. 9 times out of 10 I'd use my double-sided tape. So we've now got kind of like the workings of our rocker. Let's bring in our bunny rabbit. Got to pop it on a pad, give it a bit of lift. So if I pop that one here, and then let's snip down a smaller one. What I can do is take the backs off, and then giving this a tiny little bit of shape with my fingers around the foam pad, and then I'm going to bring it in to the middle. And then what I've also got is I've got a sentiment stamp that all that it says is "Hey there." So that's all that I'm putting on. And I'm going to add it with my pads again. What I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to let that rock just for a second. And the reason being is I just wanted to see if it's going to rock to a specific way. Because if it was to tip further to the, what would be your right, what I would do is put my sentiment on the left to counterbalance it. But as it's kind of already centered, what I'm going to do is let's just, tell you what, let's pop it at that end. Actually, I don't need that one. I just need a bit of tape. And that should hopefully, because they don't weigh enough, it shouldn't tip over too much, or not tip over, but rock to the side too much. And then here we go. There's our little bunny rabbit on a tiny little rocker. Just saying, hey there. So, you know, it's nice, instead of someone sending someone a card saying that you're thinking of them or you hope you're okay, why not just say, you know, hey there, just to let you know that you're saying hi. Really nice, cute little card using just one stamp in the sentiment and a couple of papers.
Awesome, just shows you if you do want to make, you know, some really nice, quick and easy projects, absolutely you can with these. Right, I'm going to go through the Woodland Friends collection, but I'm going to go through the smaller collections that we've got available to you as well. So first up, we've got an awesome paper collection for you. Within here, what you're going to get is 36 sheets of the 230 GSM textured cardstock. Now, this has all been pulled together in the complementary colorways to work with this collection. Absolutely, you'll find places to use this away from the collection as well, but it is in there ready to go for you. We've then got the vellum pad. Now the vellum pad is a thing of beauty. Within, as well as a vellum pad, what you've also got in here are all of your different die cut toppers. Now if you want to make quick cards, these are going to enable you to do that so effectively, but have something that looks awesome too. Then we've got all of the different vellums within here. They are so lovely. They've got a lovely opacity to them, and they're really nice heavy weight also, which is awesome. So I believe they're 160 GSM, 150 GSM these vellums are. Loads of different designs, again, all designed to work well and complement the imagery in the collection that you've got in there. So you're going to get that included in there. And what you're also going to get in there too is the 6x6 paper pad, which is this one just here. So again, works beautifully with that collection, and you'll see that you've got mirrors of the images which are there in the vellum pad too. So if you want to go for that one, 4077 or 4948 if you want to get that one just there. Now what I've got next for you is the embossing and stamp collection. So in here you're going to get the Woodland Friends Foliage Silhouette embossing folder, which adds all of this beautiful foliage detail all the way around the outside of your project. And you're also going to receive in there too this one just here. Now this is your Woodland trio that you've got there. So you've got that lovely little mouse, you've got the owl, and you've got the squirrel in there too. 978 or 1253 if you want to go for that one. Then what you've got is your dies and Stampin' Dies within here. So you're going to get this one, which is your foliage border, which is a brilliant edgeable die for you to use. What we've also popped in here are some sentiments. So you're going to get happy birthday, which of course is the most usable sentiment of them all. And you've got with love in here, which is a nice generic one there for you too. You're also going to get in this collection the Woodland Bunny, which is this one just here, which you've just seen Craig using. Love that you've got the versatility to cut that out the left side or out the right side. And finally, you've got this one here, which is your woodland frame, your flourishing floral frame, excuse me. And this is brilliant because you've got lots of options with this. You've got stamps and you've got dies, so you can absolutely use the stamps on their own, or when you do the both together, this is what you get. This looks really great, double or triple cut also, and then twist it around. So that's another option for it when you come to using that one. 33, 56 or 40, 42 if you want to go for that. Now, if you go for the full collection, you'll get everything that I've just shared with you, but you'll also receive in there the laser cut 3D toppers in here. Now these are brilliant. They're not available on their own, they're only available within that big collection. And also what was, I think, probably the most popular element of the entire collection, the Woodland deer. That is only available to you within that larger collection. A third of the stock has already gone. I don't know if we've got enough of that to last the entire 2 hours. As a platinum member, 63.20 or 77.60, you actually save more than you spend as a platinum member compared to buying the individual elements. So it's a really, really keen deal for you on that particular collection. Something else I need to share with you is the flip and storage binder from Totally Tiffany. It is your hero tool. Now, we'll bring you a hero tool every week during Creative Cravings, but we give you a great price on it. So you've got a 20% saving here. We can only hold the price though for 24 hours. Now, what this is a great collection of all of these files. And what you'll see is, as I open these up and show them to you, these are all able to be flipped. So if you want to store dies, you want to store your stamps in here, maybe you want to store toppers or ribbons in here, it's possible to store all of those different things. It's also great for finished card projects too, if you want to store those in here. Let me show you what else I've got on the go in here. I've also got papers in this one just here, more ribbons, I've got little pieces of cut out card in there too, and I've got another one. Do you want to see the other one? Because the other one's got loads of stuff in it too. Brilliant for, you know, when we bring you like your hunky-dory collections, you end up with lots of toppers. When they do come out of the carrier sheets or you're done using them, this is another great way of storing these. But I mean, the possibilities are endless when it comes to the different things. Because they do flip on top of each other also, it means that you really maximize the space in there, which is fantastic. So you get 3 of the sheets inside and you get the binder itself, which is absolutely awesome. I mean, you go out and spend, what, 12, 15 pounds just on the binder on its own. So it's wonderful. You've got all the storage options in there for you as well. Now, glitter markers. Oh, you know how I feel about glitter, and these are sensational. They are, all 3 of them are back in stock for you. So you will get in here, this is your first one, you've got your cool elements, you've also got your vibrant florals in here, and this is my favorite, the neon lights. Hello, how gorgeous are these? Let me show you all the colors that you're getting in here. So with the neon lights, you're getting the neon yellow, the neon violet, neon blue, neon pink, neon orange, and neon green. It reminds me of, I don't know, I think things like bullet journaling would be absolutely awesome. If you're into creating planners, this would be fantastic for you as well. Your vibrant florals, so you've got golden glow, electric pink, ultraviolet, fiery red, supernova, and yellow cosmos. And then your final set, your blues and greys, give you the moonlit silver, carbon, jade aqua, cool blue, the midnight frost, and then also the frozen lake. If you are a platinum member, you can get your discount, of course, on these as well, which is absolutely fantastic. You're 25.60 or 38.40. Now, when you work that out as a platinum member per marker, the value is awesome, £1.42 or $2.13. So it's a really great deal. I know a lot of you are waiting for these to come back in stock. They are available right now over on the website, crafterscompanion.co.uk.com.au. Click that Shop the Show button and have a look at all of the awesome things that are coming up in this show. Now, with the glitter markers, Craig, and I think a lot of people may have done the same, just naturally presume that they would be like our sparkle pens, but they're very different to that, aren't they?
They are. So with them, what you can still do is they're water-based. So you can still do your backgrounds, your background effects, your texture effects when it comes to the glitter markers by using water, water brush, clear sparkle overlay. And with these ones, what you've got is more of a really hard, fine bullet nib. So although that you can do backgrounds and washes, what I would tend to say is you're going to get that much more easier effect backgrounds when you use our brushes, our sparkle brushes, because you've got that flexibility in the larger flexible brush nibs. However, with these ones, I like to think is you're able to get into a lot more of your finer detail when it comes to your sparkle or your glitter pens here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to kind of recap a demo that I done in Wake Up Call with them, because so many of you absolutely loved this by reading what you were saying on social media today. So I've got a piece of watercolour card here that I've cut to 5.5 inches by 4 inches. And also on the show and on the website, we've also got our floral sentiment stamps on the show. So I'm using the one that says Mum. And what I'm doing is I'm going to position that where I want it to go, and I'm going to attach it to my stamping platform. And then we're going to do some white heat embossing. Now, when it comes to white heat embossing, you can use our clear watermark ink pad, but I like to use a pure white opaque pigment ink pad, which we found out this morning on Wake Up Call that it was in stock at the time. Johnny said he's going to double check at the moment, but I know quite a few of you were buying it after the show. So stamping like I would do any other stamp. And I want to make sure that I give this a really good coverage, Joe, making sure that we get that pure white all over. And then what we're going to do is we are going to press that into place. So making sure that I get really quite a good impression. And this is where bringing it right back to the beginning and making it really easy for new crafters. This is a kind of technique and effect that once you've finished it, the pride that it's going to give you, you're going to feel really, really chuffed at the effect, and it is so easy.
That ink pad has sold out, unfortunately.
Gosh.
It went.
Can't believe that. Can't believe that. But you can still use some of our other opaque pigment ink pads.
Okay.
We've got like lighter greys in that. You could be using them if you want.
Okay.
So what I'm doing is I'm just going to give this a second stamp to really intensify that colour. And then what I'll do, Joe, is sprinkle it with white embossing powder.
And I guess you could do even one of the darker colours and use clear embossing powder, could you, Craig, if you wanted to?
Of course you can, absolutely. Do them in any way that you so wish. I just think if you're going to do it into white, using a white pigment powder, it really accents that white a little bit more, gives it that sharpness, especially with it being white on white. So what I can do now is the only reason this is quite, well, to me anyway, the sentiment's quite dark is that's because there was still a little bit of ink residue on the stamp. But because we are using a white powder, you're not going to see it. So I'm tapping that excess off. So I've got a really nice coverage on top of that, and it's picked up all of the detail. So what I'm going to do now is if I bring in my heat tool, and I'm going to get this to temperature. And then once I'm happy, it only takes a few seconds depending on the heat tool that you're using. I'm going to face this into a specific area, and then as soon as it melts, what I'm going to do is I'm going to work it all the way down. So we're going to follow it all the way through. And this is a technique that so many crafters got into crafting by watching. You've seen the effect. It is a real wow masterpiece effect when you do it with something like gold or a silver. But this now creates a resist effect. So what I'm going to do is giving it a whiff just for a second to cool down. And I've popped it to the side. So now I'm going to bring in all 3 sets of my glitter markers. So I'm going to go in with our vibrant florals. So I think it's worthwhile as well. Let's have a look and see if there's any that need primed, because all the ones I'm using are all pre-primed now. So let's have a look and see if there was any that could do with being primed, just so that I can show you. Oh, here we go. So this one here, when you get the nibs, they are completely white. So what you need to do, just like you would do with your sparkle pens, give them a bit of a shake. You can hear the ball bearing inside, so I'm going to go a bit lower. So you can hear that ball bearing. Giving that just a moment or two. Then what we're going to do is let's bring in a little, I'll just bring in this cardstock. We want to give this a couple of pumpy pump actions. So what we can do is we can go down and then we can just do a little sing-song, pumpity pump, and then leave it a moment or two, and then you'll start to see that colour coming all the way through.
Oh, yeah.
We can just see it come in at the bottom. So what I would do is leave it there, and then, okay, it might need a little bit extra helping hand. Let's give it another couple, pumpity pump. And then there we go, that's it coming right down to the nip now. And then once we're happy, I'm going to give it a draw, and then there we go, we are all ready to go. So as simple as that when it comes to priming it. So what we can do is let's go back to our colours now. So going with the vibrant florals, and I'm taking fiery red, supernova, and yellow cosmos. And then when it comes to the cool elements, I'm using cool blue and jade aqua. And then when it comes to the neon lights, I'm using neon pink and then neon violet.
Neon violent. Can you imagine?
Definitely not violent. Now what I'm doing is I'm giving this a few pumps again so that I can get some of the glitter liquid coming through. And I'm going to do it side by side. So a few pumps to get that glitter ink flowing.
It's good that you can express the ink out of them like this, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It's all about versatility, Joe. And it just means instead of like other glitter markers on the market, all that you can do is just lay down one base of colour and then, or just write with them with birthday cards or Christmas cards. But with our ones, absolutely, keep it simple if you want and write with them or lay down the colour. But now being able to incorporate all your background techniques, you know, if you like to do all your washes or that, you can be doing them. So last couple, so we've got them ones, and then last but not least, we're going now with the neon pink. So laying that colour down. So let's bring back in our mum that we've heat embossed. I've got some water here, and I've got my paintbrush. So I'm just dipping this into my water. Let's go in with the red first, water that down, and then we're going to do very quick wash. Simple as that, nothing detailed, just back and forward to get that red down. And then I'm going to take some of that excess red off. We're going to do the same with that yellow, and then we're going to do a little bit of a wash. And then what I'm doing is I'm just going to take some of that excess water and colour off. And then we're following that through with the other ones. So we've gone in with the orange now. And then we're just doing the exact same step all the way through, Joe, into the final three. And I'm not being neat, I'm not being precise. I'm just picking the colour up and then we're laying it down.
The glitter is microfine in here as well, isn't it?
It is, yeah. So once it dries, it's not going to feel gritty or anything like that. It is so super, super fine. And then what you can also do as well, with your excess, you know, don't waste it, because you can come along with your spritz tool. Let's see if we've got one here with water in it. Here we go, a little bit of water in this one. So I'm going to spritz, and then we can still be using them to do our backgrounds.
Oh, awesome.
So we can do that one. And alternatively, instead of going back and forwards on this one, what I could have done is I could have done this technique, and then we get a bit of a marble effect. And when that dries, you're still going to get that glitter coming through. So
awesome.
Then what I can do is, last but not least, I'm going to take a little bit of kitchen roll, and because this has created a resist effect, that ink that's sitting on our heat emboss, that's just sitting there. So we want to dab that off, and we're going to pull that away, and then we've got the mum shining through there, we can see here. I would maybe give it a little bit of a waft of our heat tool, but I'm just going to go straight on with my layers. If you do that, Joe, what I would say is do it quite quickly and quite far away, because you don't want to remelt any of the heat embossing that you've done. So let's set them to the side, and let's do my layers in reverse order, because I've got my tape off the back of them all. So I've gone for red, lilac, yellow. That lilac layer I had popped onto 3D foam pads, and then finish it off by putting this first layer on. You could be using a gem and a pearl if you want. Let's bring this one in and then press it in, and that's all that I'm doing. Nice, fun, bright, happy card. I know here in the UK we've already had Mother's Day, but for stateside, when you've got Mother's Day coming, it's a very artistic kind of squiggly look when it comes to the glitter, and it still shines through.
Really awesome as well, because I think you look at them and see the barrel of this pen and then the nib and think, well, they're going to be brilliant for writing with, but what really else am I going to do with them? It's amazing that you can pop that colour out of there onto a glass mat, and because they are water-based, it means you can do all those different techniques with them. I mean, that really shows me where and how our products are designed by crafters for crafters, you'll always be able to get the most out of all the products that we bring to you. Remember what you're getting in here. You're getting 3 separate collections within there, which is your neon lights, you're getting those vibrant florals, and you're getting those cool elements in there too. Also remember that as a platinum member, you can pick these up for £25.60 or £38.40. That gives you a price per marker of just £1.42 or $2.13. Think about what you can go out comparatively and get your hands on quality wise. That is an absolutely awesome deal to get a hold of those. You guys are loving them at home too. Susie T says, I love the glitter markers. I write all my envelopes with them now. Sue Hintz loves them. Beth says, everything is better with glitter. Isn't it just, Beth? Shirley says, hi Craig, loving watching you in Canton, Ohio. Ooh, you got a fan in Ohio. Monica saying how gorgeously sparkly these are. Craig, Monica says, Craig, you really encourage me. I'm always second guessing my work and trying to figure out if it's good enough for a card. You have such a quick and non-worry attitude. It really helps me. What a lovely compliment. Rebecca's loving that technique, as is Sue, and also Merlin saying, cool card, Craig, love the combination with the glitter markers. The lovely Lynn and Essex loving them also. Now, we are going to move on. It is very busy there. We're going to move on and share with you a great deal that we've got on the quick dry ink pads for you. Now, these are fantastic. Quick dries, Craig, just quickly before I go through the colours, what are these going to be best for?
So these are best for any images, any sentiments where you want to get that instant hit of colour without smudging. Then you stamp it, lay it on top, and then pretty much as soon as you've laid it on top, you can rub it with your hand and it will not smudge.
Awesome. So you're getting all of these brilliant colours within here, which is fantastic. It's a 13-piece collection. They are 13 of our most popular colours. The other great thing at the moment is that there was such a long time, wasn't there, where we didn't offer you these larger ink pad collections. And we'll be completely honest with you, the reason was that we just couldn't get a hold of them. We only have our ink pads manufactured by one specific manufacturer who is based in the USA. We just can't find or replicate that quality anywhere else. And what with the whole situation with the pandemic and of course with Brexit as well, it's been very difficult moving products around. So there's been a lot of what we call port congestion. So we've got pretty much most of our ink pads in stock now. I know we have just had a sellout on the white opaque ink pad, but if you've been waiting for ink pads, definitely get yourself over to the website and have a look. And these are also on a great deal for you as well. You can pick them up as a platinum member here in the UK for £40, which is a really, really great deal. They are, of course, there is some opaque ink pads available too. Pop yourself over to the website, click that shop the show button and you'll be able to see those along with everything else that is on the show. Now, up next, we are going to be taking a look at the Eclipse stamps. Love these techniques. And the amount, I love how sort of subtle the projects are that you're going to be able to create with these. The other great thing is you've got an alphabet set included within here. Now, this alphabet set, you can use it with your Eclipse stamping, or you can use it away from your Eclipse stamping. So, in effect, what you're actually gaining is another awesome alphabet in here too. And then what we do is we give you all of these beautiful stamps. Now, these stamps are going to enable you to create backgrounds, which you're then going to cut your letters out of. So you're going to get the stars and celebrations. You're going to get the beautiful blossoms. This one here is the birthday balloons. Now, I think I'm right in saying this one was a Crafters TV exclusive. We also, oh, was it Let's Party? Sorry, the Let's Party is gone. You are also getting as well the butterflies in flight, £39 or $45 if you want to get all of those. And considering you're getting an alphabet die set in there, I think that is really awesome value. Let's see what everyone is up to and saying. Make sure you get any of your crafty questions into me. We'll do a crafty Q&A with Craig very, very shortly. If you want to pop those questions in, Crafters TV if you're across on Facebook, Crafters Companion if you're over on YouTube. And remember, you can always share pictures with us too, which we love. You can send those to us at studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk is where you need to send those into, which is awesome. Now, these Eclipse, Craig, these are something that I know you are a big, big fan of.
I am a big fan of these ones here for two reasons. One, they're so super cool when it comes to using them as the Eclipse. However, these are also ones where I use the alphabets as standalone elements on my cards and projects without using the Eclipse effect. So what I've got is a piece of our white smooth stamping card, 8 inches by 4 inches. And then I'm bringing in this stamp set here, the birthday balloons. And I'm going to create my own bit of a backdrop when it comes to these ones. So when I create my own backdrop, I'm just moving that there, just so. I keep, it's my own self to blame. I keep catching myself going further and further to the left, Joe, so you're not seeing everything. So there we go, we're a bit straighter now. Let's bring in a couple of these stamps that we've got here. And then I'm also going to bring in my small stamping platform. So we've got this one. Now this is going to be able to be used with
that
your
mucky mat.
I know. You can't blame me. Don't you start, Johnny.
Is that yours, Craig?
No.
Oh.
Stop it. All right, Dad. So what I'm going to... You did, didn't you, Johnny? You sounded daddy there. So what I've done is, Dad, what I've done is I've taken one of the velvet colours and then I'm going to stamp my impression on. So I can then go, so we've done that one. Then we can, let's go in with one of the love hearts now.
Stephen Lee Guy just letting us know that he's ordered. So many people, Craig, that missed out on those glitter markers coming in and placing their order now. I think we might have to go back to those in a little while. They're very busy.
Oh, I think so. You're not going to get any arguments from me. Now, do you want to see how super quick these are, Joe?
Yes,
these
please.
Quick to dry. What I'm going to do is let's pop one of my stamps on, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure, let's do it with a clean finger so that it actually works. What we can do is I'm just inking up my stamp, so let's press, and then what I'm going to do...
Oh, wow. So fast.
Look at that. Look at that. Really quick that you can see here. Yeah, I know. Gonna got ink on my shirt, but never mind.
No.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
So what we can then do is stamp another couple using the balloons, and then let's do one more as well. So I've got a smaller balloon, and I've created my own little centered background throughout the middle. Let's go round about there. So what I can then do now is let's bring in our dies. So if I bring in the dies and let's do fun. Let's go for fun because this is exactly that, fun. Let's take F and then we can go for U and then we can go for N. So then what I'm doing is I'm going to position these ones into the middle. And I'm purposely trying to overlap them over my image. And then I can use my low tack tape to secure them down. So we're going to pop them down here and then do the other ones. And I'm choosing to do them straight, but you can do them at jaunty angles if you want. It can look quite fun. But we can press that one on. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this one through our Gemini. Same plate configuration as you would use in any of our dies. So we can bring this one through here. I've got a piece of black card and a piece of our purple Centura pearl. So if we remove this, so we're wanting to keep a hold of your letters. So we've got N and we have got U and F. And if it's a letter, Joe, you know, for instance, like an A or an O, you know, where you have a centre bit, then keep a hold of that as well.
Okay.
Try and keep a hold of that because that'll still be used. But what we can do is we can pop these bits out there and then here.
Lynn's saying she did a big A4 card the other day and used these Eclipse letters just as normal letters. They work great.
Yep, that's how I use them as well. I like to use them in that sort of way.
And I guess you could just leave them as an aperture cut in if you wanted to, Craig, couldn't you? Put a little bit of glitter card behind them or something and just use them in that way. So at least 3 different uses straight off the bat there for these.
Of course you can, yeah. And it would look really quite fun if you were to do it that way. So as you say, Joe, you could leave it like that and you can see the fun is coming through. But what we're going to do, and this is doing this one at the easiest steps possible. So once again, bringing all these elements in to enable any new beginners. Or you may be an advanced crafter, but you've never tried the Eclipse range before. So another way just to start you off really, really easily. So what we can do is we can pop that onto black. And I'm using black like usual simply to show off how it all works. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my dotted tape runner because I want to make sure that we secure all the bits here. So let's pop that one in. So press that into place. Then what we're going to do is let's bring in our letters again. So F, U and N. What I'm going to do is let's pop this to our elongated card blank. And this is where you can do DL cards. As you were saying a minute ago, you could do A4, you could maybe do 5x5. Just depends on the size of the word that you're using. Depends on the size.
Marilyn says, I want everyone to know how amazing the alphabet set is in this set. The size of the letters are perfect. I received it this week and I've just used them. There you are. That's Marilyn who's just got hers home.
That's really good to hear. It's nice to hear others, you know, saying how well that they come across once being used.
These are tiny foam pads, Craig.
So these are tiny ones. What I would highly recommend is if you get our A4 foam pad sheets, and then what you can then do, because you can die cut those sheets, what you can do is just run these ones through with your A4 foam pad sheets, and then what you can do is you can then pop them onto the die cut letters in the foam and then pop them back. So you've got that one, but I don't have mine with me today, so I'm just using small foam pads, and I would add a few more.
Awesome.
So then what I'm going to do is I'll show you how to do the first one and then I'll finish off the remaining ones. What we can do to create the Eclipse effect, Joe, is if we're going to pop it back into place, but what we want to do is a little bit of a drop shadow. So we're pulling it down slightly so we've got that black outline shining through. And if you really want to make it pop and stand out, before you pop the letter on, go round it with maybe a little bit of your water reactive ink pad as well.
Nice idea.
It just makes it stand out. But let's come back in. Pop this one into place there, and then last but not least, keeping it very, very simple, you can then come along and decorate it till your heart's content, but we are keeping it in the most simplest of forms. Popping that one on, and then there we go. We've got fun, and if I turn that one around,
beautiful.
So
what a really lovely, clean and simple card.
Very clean, very simple. Make it smaller if you want by reducing the edges if you want, but you've got that fun, and you can still read that it says fun with having that Eclipse effect all the way around, but then what you can also do is still see the stamped image as well.
Brilliant. Remember what you're getting in there, a full alphabet A to Z in there. As a lot of the customers have already said, our crafters, they're a really usable size. They're also a really usable font. They're not that dissimilar, I don't think, to the Hollywood sign, you know, Craig, you know, the Hollywood font sign. In here, then, what you're also getting is you're getting stars and celebrations, as you can see just there. And this is beautiful. This is wonderful for things like your birthdays. You've also got then there the beautiful blossoms. You've got birthday balloons, and also you've got here your schmetterlings, your butterflies in flight, which is awesome. £39 or $45, which is brilliant price for those, and a great saving on them too. But for Platinum members, I was just thinking about it. Gosh, it's a really amazing deal because Platinum members can pick these up today for $31.20 or $36. So really, really great value there. Kate's saying, oh, I like that look, Craig. Michelle's saying, looks like I'll need a new Gemini Mini because I'm donating my newest one to our local Parks and Rec department for their summer kids camp crafting program. I'm determined to make everyone a Crafter's Companion fan. Well, it sounds like you're doing a cracking job so far, Michelle. I can see a lot of you with very full baskets waiting for an opportunity to check yourselves out. I know we do have some newbies watching us this evening. Hello, newbies. It's so great to have your company. If you are newer to us, then you might not be familiar with our amazing club.
Welcome to Club Inspire, our free loyalty club. As a member of the club, you can save up to 20% every time you shop with us. For every £1 you spend, whether it's in one of our stores or on our website, you'll collect 1 loyalty point. The more points you have, the more benefits you'll receive. As a welcome present, we'll give you 20% discount with your very first order. Once you place your first order, you'll be given 250 points straight away, making you a bronze member. This will mean that you'll receive a 5% discount on all of your purchases until the end of the next calendar year, plus priority postage. 500 points takes you up to silver membership, where you'll get 10% discount plus free shipping when you spend over £20. When you get to 750 points, you'll become a gold member, which gets you a whopping 15% discount on every order, and we'll ship them to you completely free, no matter how big or small they are. Spend over £25 and we'll send them to you via our premium next day delivery courier service. When you reach 1500 points, you'll become a platinum member, giving you the same shipping benefits as a gold member, but with the added bonus of a massive 20% discount on all of your purchases. Now on top of that, you'll receive exclusive discounts, sneak peeks of brand new products, special offers and money-saving vouchers. You'll have access to an exclusive secret Facebook group to meet like-minded friends, to find out information first and to be inspired by all the Crafty makes. Become a member of our club today.
Absolutely make sure you become a member of our fantastic club. Gonna get you even deeper discounts, which is absolutely awesome. And I knew it was gonna happen. We are going to go back to the glitter markers. It is so incredibly busy on these. You're going to get 3 of these 6-packs. They are all available individually. If you want to grab them individually, you can, but you get a great saving when you get them all together. So you're going to get this one here, which is your neon lights. You're going to get the vibrant florals and also the cool elements in there too. Let me show you the 18 colours that gives you. You can see them in all here. So in the neon lights, you've got the neon yellow, the neon violet, the neon blue, the neon pink, neon orange, neon green. Then in the vibrant florals, golden glow, electric pink, ultraviolet, firefly red, the supernova and the yellow cosmos. And then finally there you've got the cool elements, and that's the moonlit silver, the carbon, the jade aqua, the cool blue, the Midnight Frost and also the Frozen Lake. As a platinum member, as I said, you can get these 25.60 or 38.40, making them a quite unbelievable $1.42 or $2.13 per marker, which is really, really awesome value for money. Craig, can I borrow one of those markers? I want to write something on the back of here.
Specific colour?
I just want to write something fabulous. Something fabulously pink, like the neon pink or the neon violet. Or maybe, actually, do you know what? Any one of the neons, Craig.
Do you know what? I'm not going to use...
Just give me all the neons.
I'm going to give you all the neons because I don't need them for the
yes.
next
Maybe
one.
I could use one of all of them on the back of there. Thank you very much, Craig. I'm just going to write the colours on the back of the board so I don't have to read it off the telly, that's all. People are like, what are you going to write on there? I'm just going to write the name of the pens on there, that's all. Nothing exciting. Anyway, let me push on. What we've done is, what Leanne's team have done is looking at the amazing glitter markers. They've actually designed a bespoke range of stamps that have been designed to work beautifully with this collection. And that's exactly what these are. And the space on here, the open space, the colour, the texture, the way they're to be shaded, it's all designed with those markers in mind. So you've got Believe in Magic, you've also got Make a Wish. Love the fairy here on a little fairy dust. This one here is Beautiful Friend in the underwater scene. Sarah was our very own Little Mermaid today, wasn't she, losing her voice? Then we had You Are Amazing, which is this one just here.
Does that make you flounder?
Sorry?
Does that make you flounder?
What one's flounder? The fish?
little fish.
Does that make Leanne Ursula? I better text her and tell her before she finds out. Do you think she sold her voice to Leanne? Is that what happened? That's not what happened. No. Anyway, save me, Craig. Get me out of trouble. £31.96, £39.80 if you want to get a hold of those. Oh, I better text Leanne, and tell her I called her Ursula there, because she's going to find out. She's going to find out.
Of course she is. Someone's going to dob on you, that's for sure.
They are.
Mm-hmm. Right, what we're going to do is I do have another glitter marker demo that we're going to do later on. This one, we're kind of slipping this one in because you guys are just loving these so much. So I thought, what we'll do, let's go back, and you know that little bit of a background we created with that excess glitter marker ink at the start of the show, or near the start of the show? Let's go back and then let's use that. Now, although we've got this background colour of pastels and you've got that glitter coming through, we're still going to stamp onto it. And let's use the unicorn from the stamp set. And then what I'm going to do is, I know it's obviously not big enough, so we're not going to stamp the full lot. Goes to show you don't have to use all of the stamped image. So we can press this in, and I'm going to use my waterproof Noir Black, with them being watercolour inks, or watercolour glitter pens, water-based, sorry. It means we're using our waterproof. So let's give this a really good coverage, and then we can come back in. And because we've got that lighter pastel backdrop, you know, that's not going to affect the colouring that we're away to do. We're still going to be able to come over that background and get that intensity of whichever colour we choose to use. So let's stamp that. And I've got little bits there that I need to do a little bit more inking. So we can re-stamp that. And this is what's so good about our large stamping platform. And this is why I'm a total convert to it now. Even when it comes to little sentiments, what I tend to do now is still use my large platform, and it means that we can then go back and re-stamp if we don't get a perfect impression.
I must say, these are beautiful to write with.
They're good, aren't they?
Craig, really nice. I think because it's quite a thick nib, you think that it's going to be sort of quite scratchy, but although it's got a little bit of flex to it, hasn't it? So they write. I mean, I don't have particularly nice handwriting, and these write really, really well. Really impressed, Craig.
They're really nice to actually write with. So even if you just buy them to write your birthday cards and Christmas cards, then it absolutely will be worth it. So what we can do, this seems to just fit in just beautifully. So let's pop that sentiment into place. And this is exactly what I was meaning by using the large platform still with a small sentiment. And although I'm not going to be adding colour to this sentiment, I'm still going to use my waterproof ink pad. So we can press. So be a unicorn in a field of horses.
Wow. That's a statement, isn't it?
Yeah, that's quite touching, isn't it?
It really is.
Hits the heart. It really does hit the heart, that one. So what we can do is we can remove that and see how lovely this looks. Even although we've not stamped over the full, or we've not used the full image, goes to show as well, you don't have to. Don't think as though you have to use full parts of the stamps. So what we can do now is let's go for our cool elements. Thank you, Joe. And let's go for cool blue, and let's go for frozen lake, and then we can then go in with a little bit of, let's go to the neon actually. Let's go into the neon, and let's do neon pink and potentially neon violet. Ooh. Oh, I've got WrestleMania on the brain, being all violent. Violet. There we go.
I've got an Auntie Violet. Imagine if I started calling her Auntie Violent.
Yeah, could you imagine? Don't think she'd be best pleased with that, would you?
Probably not. Probably not indeed. A lot of people going for these, Craig. Gilman was saying the markers colours are candylicious. Hannah Law just got the glitter stamp set. Not had time to play with them yet. Getting inspired today. Mary Lee says just ordered the glitters markers. Love the glitter items. Can never be too much glitter. Absolutely not. You can never have too much glitter. Very busy on those glitter markers, also very busy on the accompanying stamp set. And Craig, I think it's fair to say, isn't it, when you have the right stamp set for the right medium, although look, you're going to be able to colour all of your stamps in with these, absolutely you will, but when a stamp set is designed specifically for a range, it does seem to just make it that little bit more impressive, doesn't it?
It does. It really, really does. So what I would say is, even if you're not adding any water or liquid, the liquid that comes out of these is still a water base. So use your waterproof ink pad no matter what. The alternative is maybe to do heat embossing with a black embossing powder, but do use your waterproof ink pad, and then that's going to give you a really nice, kind of like a professional coloured image without your outline smudging. And all that I'm doing is just tiny little bits. Now, an image like this, Joe, I could absolutely go in with my sparkle brush, sparkle pens, and colour in. However, with these glitter pens, because you've got that real sturdy bullet nib, it means I can really go into all these pinpoint parts, pick them out, and work the colour all the way around, even into all these tiny little bits of the mane. And you don't need to be any, or follow any specific way. If we just go in and lay it down, and we're going to go with a few colours here, just so that we can mix them up a bit, and there's not going to be any that are kind of at the side of each other. So following some of them down. And with the unicorn, this is a good one where you don't need to do lots of colours. And what I mean by that is you don't necessarily have to come along and colour all the body if you don't want to. You can do.
Katie says, I'm so crafty, I sweat glitter. Coming to a t-shirt near you. I love that sentiment.
That's a good one, yeah.
We need to get that on a stamp, don't we?
Really good one.
You'd be worried if you did actually sweat glitter though, wouldn't you?
Do we not have that on one of our quirky stamps?
I'm not sure. I don't think so.
No?
There is definitely a sentiment about glitter. I'm not sure if it is exactly that one.
Yeah. I know I've seen it somewhere. Like you say, it would be good if we do bring it out in the stamp then, wouldn't it?
Would be
Fun
awesome.
with that. Don't quite sweat glitter, but I would. Yeah, imagine you sweat glitter. Wouldn't mind sweating money, but
sweating. How did you get from sweating glitter to sweating money?
I was just my mind wandered there, and I just thought
sweating pound coins would be really painful.
Yeah, but then sweating glitter would be kind of irritating, would it not, to the eyes?
But you'd look fabulous, Craig.
Well, you might. I wouldn't.
Oh, I think you would. I think you'd all look fabulous. You would be a bit. It might get a bit itchy.
Maybe. Depending where you sweat as well.
So when we went to Glastonbury Festival, I have, and I've still got a massive bag of. It's all from Cosmic Shimmer actually. It's basically glitter that's biodegradable. It's designed to go on your skin, Craig, and also I have like a skin-safe adhesive to put it all on with. So we were doing glitter beards, glitter eyes, glitter everything, glitter arms. Honestly, weeks, months later, even it still surfaces. Not on you, but you get a towel out of the wash and it's covered in, purple glitter. It just hung around for so long afterwards. I didn't have an issue with that, to be honest.
It's a bit like tinsel at Christmas, isn't it?
Maybe I was sweating glitter at that time. Who knew?
Maybe you were.
Maybe I'd ingested some over the weekend.
Maybe, and that was it just starting to come out your pores.
Maybe.
But yeah, it's like tinsel at Christmas, isn't it? You always find it like weeks and months down the line.
How do you feel about tinsel at Christmas? I didn't have you down as a tinsel kind of guy, to be honest, Craig.
I am, yep. Like a bit of tinsel.
Well, I'm shook.
Elegantly done around the Christmas tree. And it has to be not... Be quiet, Johnny.
Oh, so much sass this evening, I love it.
I wouldn't go and buy glitter out of maybe like Poundland or anything like that for my Christmas
Not that
tree.
we've anything against that store.
One of my favourite shop is Poundland's in Home Bargain, so I'm not.
So you saying you're an upmarket tinsel kind of guy? Is that what you're trying to say?
When it comes to tinsel onto the Christmas tree, I do like a good looking tinsel, yeah, but only like a couple of £1 for a tinsel thing. I'm not one of those that would spend a tenner on one ream like tinsel.
Okay.
Do that.
I'm glad we cleared that up. Let's never talk about tinsel ever again.
What? Yeah. Never. Oh, don't get me started on fibre optic. Do not get me started on fibre optic.
You know who's got a fibre optic tree though?
Sorry?
You know who's got a fibre optic tree?
Yeah, my mum and stepdad.
No, Debbie Robinson as well. She's heard you talking about fibre optic trees.
Yeah.
She wasn't happy.
Well, I don't care. It's not a Christmas
Right, let's move on because we're going to get ourselves in trouble. Caroline says, if I sweated pound coins, I'd go on a binge eating session. More body, more money. I like your style, Caroline. That really is true. My mum would always say to me as a child, money doesn't grow on trees, you know.
Yeah, they used to say it to me too.
Things that your parents used to say to you when you were younger that still make you laugh now, that could be something you could let me know about in the comments. There are so many So many that we had when we were growing up.
My mum, I'm trying to think, it's not really that she says any old sayings to make you laugh, it's just she calls me every family member before she gets to my name. It's like, Mum, do I look like Auntie Jane? Like, Craig, John, Fraser, Louise, Daniel. I'm like, no, I'm your son, Craig. She does that, yeah. So no, I wouldn't say she's got anything that she still says nowadays.
What time's dinner ready? It'll be ready when it's ready.
Yeah, there's that one.
It'll be ready when it's ready. Very busy on these glitter markers. Remember, you can get all 3 of them together in a collection. You can get them on their own individually. Now, if you were able to just pick one set of these, you'd be a better person than I am. I think I would have to just get the whole lot. You do need them all. They all work together. And also, it's not very often you say you get a whole collection of... I thought that our tricolour aqua markers were incredible value. You know, a whole set for around £38. You're looking at a whole set of these for £32, and as a platinum member, £25.60. That means £1.42 per marker as a platinum member in the UK, $2.13 per marker as a US platinum member. Jean says, I love how fast the topic changes. Honestly, at a rate of knots, isn't it? Pamela says, I love a fresh cut tree. Had fake ones growing up, it's just not the same. The house always smells heavenly. I had my first real tree this year.
So did I.
And I absolutely blooming loved it. How many days till Christmas, Johnny? Johnny's going to have a count.
You had your tree obviously inside, didn't you, Joe?
Yes.
I had mine out on my decking outside.
Oh, nice.
And it was really, really lovely. And you know what it was as well? It even got to, it was the end of February, and I still had it sitting just out on my back garden. And because there'd obviously still been some rain in that, it looked in pristine condition. And I felt really, really bad taking it to the recycling bit, because I thought, gosh, I could have decorated it for Easter.
I got mine on about the 5th of December, Craig, and it looked awesome. And then all of a sudden, on about the 3rd of January, it just dropped.
Really?
The whole bottom of the tree. No, I think I took mine down on about the 29th of January, actually. 29th of December, I think, 30th of December, something like that. Because the whole bottom of it just sort of drooped very badly.
Yeah, no, mine's was doing really, really well. And I felt bad taking it away, but needs must. But I'll definitely do that again this year, because it looked really nice having one out in the back garden.
Your garden's looking splendid, Craig. All we need now is a little bit of weather.
We do, I know. So you guys can pop round. Nice.
Something my mum used to say, don't make that face. If the wind changes, you'll stay that way. Do you remember that one?
Or if you sit too close to the TV, you'll get square eyes.
Absolutely. Michelle says, my mother used to say, if you fall and break your legs, don't come running to me. That's quite hilarious. You wouldn't be able to run if you break your legs, would you? Roberta's mother's saying was always, we'll see. Deanna says, my mum did roll call whenever she wanted any of her 5 children. She called the names chronologically, and the dog came before my younger brother.
Oh, brilliant.
That is fantastic. That really is.
That is good, isn't it? That is good. It's funny that, never mind human names, but animal names, first.
Wowzers.
Here we go. So what I've done is I've coloured all around the mane and the tail. And then what I'm doing is how I showed you earlier on, I went round with the ice grey too. Well, what I'm doing is I'm getting some of that liquid Moonlit Silver onto my glass mat, and I pop my paintbrush into some water. And what I'm doing, Joe, is very, very quickly, I'm not being neat or precise, I'm giving it a little bit of a grey halo all the way around the inside of its legs and its body. And this is kind of like an alternative version to using the ice grey too. Nice.
I think that's awesome, Craig.
So it's just finishing up.
It just really grounds it, doesn't it?
It does. It really, really does. And with your alcohol pens, it will be a more neat line, but if you're using your paintbrush or your water brush, as you can see, I'm just squiggling it around. So you don't need to be overly cautious. And the thing is, it will dry still with a load of sparkle coming through. And you know something? It's typical Joe. This is one of my most favourite demos that I've done in a while, and it is one that I've just picked up and done it for you to see without actually thinking about it.
It's awesome.
So,
I love it. Maybe it'll. I mean, I think you've got your work cut out for. I think. Are you gonna?
Why would I forfeit?
Let me start that again. Why would? Yeah, come on, Johnny.
Why would I forfeit?
Johnny says, is Craig going to even bother putting himself forward for the card of the show or the day today, just because? Because have you seen? I'm just going to grab Leanne's just to show you. I didn't see Bernie on Sunday, Johnny. Would you care to enlighten me? Bernie made an incredible wall hanging apparently on Sunday for Easter, and Debbie Robinson beat her.
Really?
Yeah.
So in other words, Johnny, you're saying that what I make tonight isn't going to be worthwhile putting up against everyone else's. Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Well, I mean, you've got your work cut out, haven't you?
Look at that. Now, I just popped that onto... do you know something? Let's go for it. Tiny little bit of black. Because we've got that black outline, it's black that I'm doing. So this is 3 3/4, so let's do a tiny matting layer.
Turns out, you know, you can plant your Christmas tree, Craig.
Oh,
So Tammy says, my dad planted one of our Christmas trees in the front yard and it grew extremely tall. It was a Norfolk pine.
That's
So
what
get
mine
it
was.
and plant it. You could have planted it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you need planning permission or something though. Who knows?
I don't know. I didn't know that. Mine's was
Charlotte's
just...
from Morpeth. She doesn't think you need planning permission to plant a tree.
I wouldn't... Not if it's in your garden, I wouldn't have thought.
You need planning permission to build a shed, don't you? Do you?
What was that, sorry?
A shed is not a tree, Charlotte. Very well pointed out.
That's you told.
No.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought you would need permission, would you? Let's layer this one up. You can use some mirror card if you want to, but let's not. Let's do a tiny outline of black. And then
Turns out
No,
Johnny has built a shed. Didn't get planning permission, Craig. So you just might have to have a little look on the Durham County Council website to see if maybe you should apply retrospectively. That is beautiful, Craig.
I am so chuffed with how that looks.
I love it.
And considering that background, I just done that as a bit of a waste off to show you how you use the excess ink earlier on, and then we've coloured that round and gone round with the halo. I am so chuffed with that one.
You
So
should be. If it wasn't that you're going to go up against today, I'd say you'd have a definite contender for demo of the day there. It's tough, Craig. It's tough at the top. What can we say? I want to share with you again all the colours that you're getting in there, which is awesome. So you're getting the 3 different collections. You're getting the neon lights, the vibrant florals, and the cool elements in there for you. You've got 18 markers in total. It is the full collection at the moment, so it's nice to have a full collection, isn't it, of something. You've got that opportunity right now. They were out of stock for such a long time, but they are all there for you right now. Teresa says, Bernie's wall hanging was awesome. She was robbed. And Lynn says, Leanne's floating teacup was fantastic. Who knows? It's gonna be tough this evening. Should we share with you a few pictures that came in from the earlier craft along? Look at Teresa's. Isn't that incredible?
Wow. Love
Love that.
Exquisite.
Absolutely awesome. Sarah has done this one. Love the addition of the butterflies in there.
See, our boss Sarah will do anything to get on the screen with the cards, wouldn't she?
I don't think it was that, Sarah. I could be wrong. Lynn did this one as well. I love that, Lynn. Is that a ribbon you've tied on there as well? That's a really gorgeous way of doing it.
So nice.
Karen created a load of Easter cards using the woodland animals, which is brilliant. That bunny, love how you've coloured that up in different tones there too. And also Gillian's sent us this one in. I love how Gillian's used something from the spinner cards and also then something from the woodland animals as well. Just showing you that so many of your collections will all play nicely together, which is awesome. We're going to go back to the hero tool, and it is the flipping storage binder that we've got for you as your hero tool today. Now this is brilliant. As a binder, it works beautifully. So you've got a really good quality binder on here firstly, like a lever arch file, but then what you've got are these storage elements here. Now the brilliant thing is, rather than just having a flat panel, because these flip and rotate, it means that you can get so much more in these. So we've got that one there. With this one, we've just done a load of toppers in here. So if you've got things like your paper collections, maybe you went for the Animal Kingdom yesterday, and you want somewhere to store them out of their carrier sheets, these work beautifully for that. Let me show you the other one we've got though, because the other one has got lots of stamps and dies in. So again, a really great way, another great way of using it is with stamps and dies in here. So let me just flip that over, because it's quite heavy, and it will take nice heavy bits as well. We've got creator cards in here, and we've popped them in there on their magnetic panels too, so it shows you they will fit in there beautifully. So a great way to organise your dies, your stamps, even maybe some of your smaller embossing folders. You can pop finished projects into here as well, nothing to stop you doing that. And then here, maybe papers, we've got ribbons in here, envelopes, card blanks, all sorts of stuff you can fit in here. You can go for the extra leaves as well if you want to. You will find those over on the Totally Tiffany section of the website. You've got a great saving on it too. Oh, do you get, and you get the magnetic sheets in there too? Shut the front door. I didn't realise you got the magnetic sheets as well. And we give you 5-pack of the magnetic sheets. That's awesome value. We only hold the price though on your hero tool for 24 hours. So make sure you take advantage of that, especially if you're watching after the show. Do just bear that in mind. Mary says, beautiful card, Craig, love that. And Merlin also saying, what a fantastic card that is, Craig. Maybe there's going to be an upset. Maybe there will be. Maybe the unicorn. Oh my. Yeah, we can't call her Ursula and then have her lose, Craig, as well for the demo at the show of the day. I think there's going to be a strongly worded email when I come in tomorrow, you know. I am definitely going to end up in the law court of Leanne tomorrow. She's going to have the finger out. There's going to be no getting out of that. Johnny's saying, is there any way of sort of bribing her or getting a little gift? I don't know. I'll have a think. Let's see. Right, let's see who's chatting away with us. If you've got any questions that you want to pop to Craig, as I did say, get them into me. It is Creative Cravings, so it can be about absolutely anything. Creative Cravings is that one show of the week where we kind of take it back to basics a little bit more. So a great opportunity for you to ask any questions that you may have. And you can do that by popping over to Crafty TV on Facebook and dropping into the comments there. Who's our social media superstar tonight? It is the lovely Amy. So she'll fire your questions over to me, or you can drop them into the comments over on YouTube as well. This is the Eclipse alphabet that we've got available for you. Absolutely love this. Now, it works beautifully in this concept as we've shown you, and it works brilliant as a standalone alphabet too. So it's great that you've got a full alphabet included. Then you've got the stars and celebrations in here. Brilliant to make background papers to go with your Eclipse alphabet, but also if you love sitting and just making your own background papers, you're going to really enjoy using this too. You've got beautiful blossoms. You're going to receive birthday balloons, and you've also got in there the butterflies in flight as well. £39 or $45 if you want to get your hands on those. Platinum members, you're looking at $31.20 in the UK or $36, which is awesome value for money. Craig, we must go back to these. It is very busy. A lot of people have gone for them in this show. They're quite distinctive, aren't they, as a style or as a project? There's not really anything else that we do that's similar in any way to these. It's something really quite different.
It is. It really is different, and you can get completely different looks depending on how you use them. So what we're going to do is I've brought in a piece of white smooth stamping card, 6.5 inches by 4.5 inches, and we're going to use the beautiful blossoms for this one here. And I'm going to use some of our quick dry that we've got on the show. So we're going lemon tonic, orange, and grasshopper. What I'm also going to do, instead of using our blending pads, I'm going to use our little finger daubers as well for these ones instead, because we're going to start to do a little bit of mixing of colour on the stamps. So let's go in with one of these ones to start with. So what we can do is let's go in with this main larger stamp, and I'm going to pop that. Tell you what, let's go with our 6x6 for this one. So I'm going to pop this one in here. So what I'm going to do, Joe, is if I get my inks and I'm going to go with the lemon tonic. So all that I'm doing is dabbing the colour on, and I'm going to go into the centre here.
Those daubers are available on the show if you'd like to go for them. They're handy, aren't they, Craig?
They are. They're really, really handy, specifically if you're using the opaque pigment ink pads, but these are ones that just in general that Debbie Fisher absolutely loves. And these are ones that I'll use for techniques like this or with our opaque pigment ink pad. So I'm only pinpointing some of the detail. So I'm going to go around. So I've done some of the yellow, I've done some of the orange here, and we're just adding some colour. So let's go into this bit here, and then we can go into the grasshopper, and we can go into the foliage parts. Don't worry about cross-contaminating the colours, because you're only going to see the last colour that you use. So for instance, I'm going in with the green now. So if I cross over onto the yellow, then the green is what you'll see. So let's bring in our stamping mat, and I'm bringing in my stamp card back in. So let's go that way. So I'm going to stamp, and I'm not wanting a perfect impression. If I wanted a perfect one, I would really go more heavy-handed in with the colour. But if I remove that...
That's amazing, Craig.
So nice, isn't it? So nice to get that effect. And sometimes people think that that's the effect you get with your opaque pigment, which you will do, but you can still do it with your quick dry. Works really, really well. The only difference is with quick dry, you wouldn't use your embossing powders. They're not going to stick to them.
Okie doke.
So I'm going to do exactly the same. I'm picking out the colour, nothing different to what I've done a moment ago, Joe.
Deborah wants to know, are the Eclipse alphabets the same size as the ones in the subscription box? I think I'm right in saying that these are bigger than the ones in the subscription box, aren't they, Craig?
They are. They really are much bigger. If anything, actually, they would complement those ones really, really well, which is a good idea, but they are bigger. They are, in general, I'm just looking at the size on the pack, it's 1.4 inches by 1.3 inches.
Fantastic.
So that's them ones. But as I was saying at the start, Joe, they're ones that I actually use quite a lot in my, daily crafting.
And it's good that we've split them up as an alphabet rather than doing sentiments, because sentiments are great sometimes, but you've just got the most amount of options, haven't you, when it's an alphabet?
Exactly, exactly. And then this is where it comes in. If you've got quirky names or quirky spellings, then you can absolutely please yourself in the spelling or the nicknames. So always handy doing that. So what we can then do is if we lay this one down as well, and we can go in that way. So stamp this one, and then what I'm going to do is let's go in with a couple of these smaller ones just to make it a little bit quicker. And what I would always say as well is always remember and stamp off the page. It makes it look more pleasing to the eye if you stamp off the page. If you have trouble doing that, which may sound odd, but it's if you try and not be perfect, you end up being perfect.
Happens to me all the time, Craig, in everything I do.
I bet it does. I bet it is.
That was a joke for the record.
There we go. WWE Hall of Famer Mr. Perfect may no longer be on this planet, but we've got Joe Remblance to take his place. So
Can you imagine me as a wrestler, Craig? I can't.
I can.
No. Gosh. Oh no, don't hurt me. I'm a lover, not a fighter, Craig. Built for comfort, not for speed.
I can never be a wrestler. I've always wanted to be a referee.
A referee?
It'd be good to be a referee.
Don't they sometimes get hit with like chairs and things though?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sometimes they do.
Yeah, no. Mm-hmm. I'm a lover, not a fighter, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm a fighter, not a lover. Joke. No, when it comes to wrestling anyway. Before anyone says, yes, I know it's all scripted. Who was it said to me in here last week?
It was me. No, wasn't it me a little... Not on air, it wasn't on air, no.
No, it wasn't on air.
It was a while back.
Oh, yeah. Someone said that to me.
I said to him, you do realise it's, you know.
Yeah,
full
exactly. And because it was me and Adam you said it to, wasn't it? Because
Yes.
Adam's into the wrestling as well. And
I
Ben
think
is...
you said some very choice words for me, Craig. We won't repeat them on
No,
it.
we won't. And then poor Johnny, little Leo, he's well and truly
Is
into the
he?
wrestling now. Yeah, talked non-stop yesterday, Johnny said.
All day. He just talked about it all day, apparently. Bless him. How old is Leo, Johnny? 7 years old.
So I think he's desperate for me to pop round sometime, isn't he, Johnny?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then when COVID's over and travelling starts and the wrestling come back to Newcastle, apparently we've got to go as well. Which I'm not
Wow.
going to say no to that. That'd
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
So Johnny only knows all the older wrestlers. Craig's much cooler than his dad and knows all the modern ones. That's what it is.
I said to Johnny this morning, Joe, that last night they had the WWE Hall of Fame. So Johnny would actually...
Did they? You didn't mention it.
That's a good comeback for your Manchester one or the
Yes,
other
it
month.
is. Caroline says, "What are tarty pants, Joe?" What are tarty pants?
No.
That was about my comment of being like, "Oh no, don't hit me."
Don't hit you. Don't hit you.
Sorry, Craig.
Don't apologise. I love it. I love it. You know I love our bants.
Oh dear. Anyway, you can tell it's WrestleMania this week. Craig has got that WrestleMania vibe going on, and you will all Craig is full steam ahead with WrestleMania. At the end of May, it will be full steam ahead Eurovision, and then the tables will turn, won't they, Craig?
That's true. Well,
They will
won't
indeed.
it?
Elaine Burke saying, "I love this technique. Thinking note cards would be nice
Yeah.
for this. Absolutely.
That's a really good
You
one.
talked yesterday, Craig, as well about inexpensive sort of journals or planners and stuff.
Yeah.
It would be really lovely to put maybe names on the front of those, or love or laugh or live, one of the, something like that.
Absolutely, yeah. You can start to pop them onto the front, personalise them, or personalise them with names, or little sayings or phrases if you want. So you've got that option. But you picked upon it earlier on, Joe, saying journaling. I'm not sure about stateside, but here in the UK, it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So even die cutting some words or letters, pop them into the middle of a journal book that you're doing. You can start to incorporate them that way. So do all these different things that you could be doing.
A crafty friend of ours, Craig, Carla Bagshaw.
Oh, yeah.
She was booked. She was telling me a story a little while back. She said, "Oh, I've been booked to go to Planner Fest." I said, "Well, that sounds like a very well organised event." Oh, it's a good one, isn't it? I still think about that every time I talk about planners. Sounds like a very well organised event.
That is a good one. That is a good one, to be fair, Joe.
Sorry, I couldn't keep it in.
Love it. Love, love, love it. So what
Tracy
do-
wants to know if you want a cup of tea, Craig.
Oh, I'm not all out in my tea request for today. No. That would be lovely. Thank you, Tracy. Will I just pop my cup here? Will I just put it there? No. Okay. I'll put it there anyway. So I've done... no, she won't come anywhere near.
Tracy will
she's
not come
in.
anywhere near.
She's coming. Thanks, Tracy. Thanks, Tracy. No, just pop your head in.
You are trying
just
your
pop
luck.
Your head. Come on, just pop your head in. No, she's not.
gone.
No, she's not. There you go. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you.
We're going to get her one day, like a sort of... we're going to have like some big surprise or something where we, jump out on her somewhere. I don't know, something like that.
And the thing, I know like we're laughing at joke, be flippant, but Tracy, Jake, and also now John, we would not survive backstage without these guys.
Absolutely not.
We would not survive without them, and appreciate them so much.
Marilyn Pico wants you to know, Craig, that her favourite wrestlers are Bret Hart, The Undertaker, Sting and AJ Styles. Who I thought AJ Styles played for Manchester City or something like that.
No, he's...
Or I thought he was a rapper.
No, he's a wrestler.
No,
yeah, one of my favourites as well. Do like AJ Styles. Of course, Bret Hart. You can't go wrong with Bret Hart. Best there is, best there was, best there ever will be. Well, not in my opinion, but Shawn Michaels was, in my opinion.
George Michaels?
Shawn Michaels.
Oh, sorry. I didn't think he was a wrestler.
Now, that would have been one fun wrestler to see, wouldn't it, George
Can you
Michael?
imagine?
He would be like you. Don't hit me, don't hit me.
Wow.
So I'm going in over the top here. all the way through. And then what I'm doing is I'm matting layering it onto black card as well. But what I've done is I've popped the bits out, and even all these centre bits, what I've done is I've kept a hold of them, Joe. Don't want to lose them. So what we can do is we can then come in, and I'm going to layer this one onto my card blank. And then what we're going to do, we're going to go back in with our letters.
Those colours work beautifully together.
They work really well, don't they? And it's always something, I know I say it a lot, but don't be scared of using black. It works really well. I was just looking to see if I happen to have any of our large foam sheets, which I don't, because I wanted to show you. But what you would just do is you could recut. No, I don't have any left. You could recut these straight into the foam. But what I'm also going to do is, now I know these are quick dry, but to save going for my water reactive, I'm going to go around the edges with the quick dry, the orange, and we're going to take all the colours round. You could spend a little bit more time than me because you would go into all these bits as well. And what we're doing is we're highlighting the edges. So there's the H. Let's go into the A here. I'm doing this bit really quickly so that we can get this one finished. And this
Deborah says, come on, Tracy, say hello. She's not going to, Deborah, I don't think.
She won't.
She's definitely not going to.
She definitely won't. She's wearing a camouflage top today, so I don't always see her. That was no joke, but that wasn't meant to be a joke. But
Oh, you're lows today, Craig, you really are. Suzanne Elliott says, we love to see Tracy. Thank you so much for looking after all the staff. You are a star. She is a star, honestly. She keeps us all organised. She's always got a little cheeky bar of chocolate if you need it in her desk.
she does, yeah. I wouldn't want to meet her in a dark alley, but...
She gave Johnny some popcorn chicken tonight. She made some hot beef baguettes for some of the team yesterday. I mean, she's a superstar, is our Tracy. She is. She knows all the best places to go as well locally. She's awesome. Hadassah says she loves Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid, Craig. I don't know who any of these people are, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, someone could just literally put any name in, couldn't they? I'll just read it out, Craig.
They could do. Yeah, they could do. Do like Goldberg as well. Like that one. Trying to think who else. There's lots. One of those, you know when you try and think, you can't think of any. Do like a bit of Roman Reigns. He's an alright wrestler. He's good as a bad guy. Layering these up now. So what I've done is while I'm popping these ones on, and I would put a lot more foam pads on at home, I'd chop them down to make them smaller.
Is wrestling more popular in the States than it is in the UK, Craig?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's big here in the UK. It's not as big as it used to be. What I would say is the Attitude Era. That's where they had no rules. At the moment, WWE are guided by the PG rating.
Right.
Whereas like 20 years ago...
it was quite... I remember watching it. My brother asked for Attitude for Christmas, as in the game for the PlayStation. Mum said, you got enough Attitude as it is. She didn't get it for him.
But yeah, that was the Attitude Era, and that's where there was no rules. There was... Put it this, it wasn't for children back then.
Okay.
Whereas now it is in that. It's guided by, obviously, the PG era. So because of that, the popularity had gone down slightly. But, you know, it's still huge here.
You loving these smaller foam pads, aren't you?
Yeah, I do. Don't ever be put off by them. I know some people are like, oh, they're really annoying. They do have a time and a place. Always worthwhile having just about, and then you can still always cut them down to make them slimmer. And that's what I would do with these ones. But we can then go.
The cavalry's arrived, Craig. The tea is here. Honestly, the foundations of this business, the cornerstone of this business is good cups of tea. I know I said it before, I'll say it again.
It is all cups of tea. Are you going to come in? You let everyone wants to say hi?
Oh, saw her hand. Saw her hand. That was it.
Her hand. There we go. Usually the hand's going like that.
She's basically like the Banksy of Crafters TV, is Tracy.
She is,
We'll
isn't she?
never unmask her. Never.
No.
Evangeline saying, as always, Craig, your demos look absolutely gorgeous. Deborah Pleasant says, I like Macho Man Randy Savage and I like the Junkyard Dog.
Oh,
What's a Junkyard Dog?
That is old school, yeah.
Sounds like a bar, doesn't it, Junkyard Dog?
Macho Man Randy Savage, Roddy Piper from Edinburgh, Yokozuna. Yeah. That was it. My very first WWE event pay-per-view that I seen on TV, I can go as long as you want on this, was WrestleMania 10, and this weekend it's WrestleMania 37.
Wowzers.
So that's how long I've been watching it. There you go. Popping that back in. So, yep. And that had the famous ladder match between Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon.
Hadassah says, Joe, you have to know The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Bobby Lashley. I'll stop here like Craig. I can go all day with the WWE. I know who The Rock is, and I think I know who Stone Cold Steve Austin is. That would be about it.
He's the one that was always drinking tins of beer like Johnny on the job.
I bet he was very happy though. That is gorgeous, Craig. I absolutely love that. Let me recap for you exactly what you are getting in that collection. So you're going to get a full alphabet in there, which I think is absolutely awesome because you can use that alphabet with the Eclipse, you can use it away from the Eclipse, you can use it as a... No, the other one. Aperture, thank you very much. Cheers, guys. No one. That was aimed at no one. Stars and Celebrations is going to be in there as well. You've also got the beautiful blossoms. You've got the birthday balloons, and you've got the butterflies in flight there too. I think this is a really versatile collection because, as we were saying, you know, use it all together, you get that wonderful Eclipse style. But if you use the alphabets on their own, absolutely, you'll be awesome to do that. If you want to use the stamps on their own too, you will be able to use those separately for background papers or for different projects. Think about maybe fussy cutting them if you want to also. We are going to go back to what I think has been the star of the show, and it is these fantastic glitter markers. So they come in their 6-packs. You can buy them as individually in their 6 pieces. The best way to get the best value and also to get the whole collection is to go for all 3 of them. So that one there is the Cool Elements. You will get the neon lights, you'll also get the vibrant florals, and you're going to get the Cool Elements in there too, which is fantastic. I know lots of you missed out on these when we launched them. I think we only did one launch. It was a Colour Me Happy launch, and it totally sold out immediately, which is fantastic. Is it the anniversary of Colour Me Happy this week or next week? It's soon, isn't it? It's really soon. Yeah, I can't believe those shows have been going for a year already now. Teresa saying how pretty that card is that you've just made, Craig. Definite contender for card of the show. What I'm going to do is just give you an opportunity to check out your basket. So whilst you do that, why don't I share with you all the details on how you can watch and shop at the same time. Hi, I'm Joe from Crafters TV, and I'm here to show you how you can grab the best deals and shop whilst you watch during our shows. So the best way to watch us is always on Crafters TV. Head on over to our homepage and go to Crafters TV. You can see all of our shows, offers, and even shop while you watch. Now if you want to get involved and comment along, head over to our Facebook page. Come say hello, ask us some questions, and lol with us. Or you can watch us on YouTube. Simply head to our Crafters Companion YouTube channel. Got a smart TV? You can even AirPlay directly onto your big screen. We're constantly adding new and exciting shows to our schedule, so don't forget to check in. It's never been easier to have us in your living room. It's always fun here at Crafters TV, so come join us as we create every day. All the details there and how you can watch and shop at the same time, which is always handy and convenient. Right, Craig, I know we're going to spend the latter part of this show looking at our glitter markers, so maybe this would be a good time to vote on the demonstration of the show. What do you think?
Oh yeah, let's go for it. Let's do that. So let's bring what we've done so far. So I've done Mum, haven't I? So we have started off with it. Let's move my copy out the way. We've done our woodland animals. Then we done, it was the mum one next, wasn't it? With the glitter markers. Then we done the, was it the fun one next?
I think it was,
I think
Craig,
it was the
indeed.
fun, wasn't it? And then we done the unicorn. And then we've just done the happy.
So what we're going to call, should we number them or should we give
Shall we do
them
them?
names?
What do you think?
I think just 1 to 5, don't
Yeah.
you? So 1 for the bunny, 2
So-
for mum, 3 for fun, 4 for the unicorn, or 5 for happy. You have got 5 minutes to vote. 45 minutes past, we'll close the voting. Our social media superstar Amy will count up those votes and let us know. But for now, Craig, I believe we're going to go back to those glitter markers. They've been so incredibly busy tonight. I can't wait for everyone to get them home. Actually, if you've gone for them in the show tonight, let me know what you envisage you're going to do with them, because I would definitely buy them just for writing. They're awesome for colouring. Craig's also shown you how you can lay down the colour and do watercolour techniques with them as well. So what's the reason you've gone for them? I'd love to know. Let me know over in the comments on Crafters TV, on Facebook, or Crafters Companion across on YouTube.
Let's go for it. So what I've got is I've got a little bit of a strip of our watercolour card. So in case you're wanting to know, it's 5.5 by 2.5 inches. And we are going to secure that with our discs. So what I'm then going to do is I'm going to go back to our floral stamps, Joe. This one being thanks. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop that in. Now it should just be a perfect fit, if I've measured it right. Yep. So I'm going to pop that one in. Let's move our discs so they're out the way. And then what we can do is let's press this in. And as we're using the glitter markers, we're going to be using our waterproof ink pad. Still using the black for this one. And we're going to lay that deepness of black down. So really give that a good stamp. I'm so impressed, Joe, because a bit like yourself, you only seen the markers today.
Yeah.
I only seen them for, well, I seen them back in December, but I've never had a show with them, so never had the opportunity to use them. So knowing that you could do all these different things with them, it's just mind-boggling to think that you think of marker, that you think you can only do one thing, as you say, either colour direct or write with them. But to be able to do lots of different things like I'm going to do, so let's go in and lay more colour. I'm wondering if I've just moved my cardstock slightly, but let's have a look and see. So let's press that one down. Oh no, we're okay. So what I'm going to do is I would potentially still give that a third impression, but I'm happy with that. So what I can then do is I'm going to bring in a couple of colours. So because we've gone for the daffodils here, let's go in with the vibrant florals, and we're going to use the yellow cosmos, and we're going to use the golden glow. So what I'm going to do is oh no, not the golden glow, I want to go for the orange, supernova. So what we're going to do with this one is let's lay some colour with the yellow straight onto our glass mat. And you can go back and you can use a water brush, or you can use your paintbrush and water, or if you're lucky enough to still have some of our clear sparkle overlay, why not real intensify that sparkle? So we are acting as though this is a water brush or paintbrush, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and I'm going to pop the colour down at the base of the petals, and I'm just dabbing away some of that excess colour, and I'm drawing the colour out, and we're going to work our way around. So we're getting the glitter sparkle from the pens, but then what we're doing is we're also getting even more sparkliness from the clear overlay.
They're absolutely packed with that microfine glitter, aren't they? Both of these solutions. So the overlay packed with, I'd say, probably a chunkier glitter, wouldn't you, rather than the glitter markers, Craig? Or would you say that they're sort of similar, they're comparable?
It's a funny one, Joe, because I would agree with you. The glitter is chunky, however, it's still not a texturous glitter. So, you know, please don't think as though you're going to rub your hands over them and it's going to be texturous. It's not, but technically it is still slightly chunkier than maybe you would expect.
Mm.
So laying it down, and all that we're doing is we're going in with the yellow, and we're basically watercolouring using our markers.
I hate to break this to you, Craig,
What?
but your unicorn didn't win card of the show.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay.
It was number 5. Happy
Oh, was it?
is the winner of the card of the show. So I'm going to come and extract it from you, Craig,
You do
because
that?
we are going to have the face-off, of course, between you and Leanne. So I'm just going to come and grab your happy card.
Well, we know what one's going to win, don't we?
Well, strange things have happened. You know what happened on Sunday?
That's true. Poor Bernie.
She has got a win. She's on that board.
She
I would like to know how to store these glitter markers, Craig. Great point.
Glitter markers, like all of our pens, doesn't matter whether it's tri-blends, classique, sparkle pens, anything like that, always store them. Is it horizontally? Yeah, horizontally. Hence why we've got our pen trays. That's why they're designed in that way. So always store them that way, and then you're going to get a nice level right across of the liquid. If you were to store them upright, don't know, Charlotte, are we able to come face on just for a second? Thank you. If we were to store them upright, what will happen is potentially all of that liquid, glitter liquid or whatever liquid you're using, could then come out the bottom. So that's why you don't want to do it. The reverse is if you store them the other way, all of the liquid is coming down to the bottom, which could potentially dry out the nib of whatever colour medium. So always store them horizontally, as they should do, like they would do in the trays. And they fit in our Spectrum Noir trays as well. Always the best way to use them and store them.
Could I just pause you there for 1 second, Craig?
Of course
Would
you can.
mind? I just want to ask, we need to vote on the creation of the day then in that case. So is it going to be one, so we don't need to number these, so we've only got 2. So it's happy is Craig's, if you want Craig to go through to Sunday's final. Or is it going to be this one just here? Is it going to be cup? So happy or cup, which is it going to be? You have got 5 minutes to vote. We'll close the vote at 53 minutes past, so get voting.
It's not rocket science, is it?
You never know, Craig.
You know what one's going to win. And I would not be surprised, shocked, upset, annoyed, frustrated, angry, violent. No, I wouldn't be. Absolutely, that does deserve to win. But what we can do is let's go in here. Let's add a tiny little bit more of the yellow. And then what I'm going to do now that we've done a little bit of watercolouring with that one, what we're going to do with the Supernova, this one I'm also going to either do the opposite, either go onto the glass mat like I've done, or go direct onto the card and then pull it out.
Oh, I didn't realise you could do it direct to the card like that.
Yeah, you can do. And I just find this way I get more intense colour, because we are going straight onto the card, and then straight away what we're doing is we're blending it out. So I would do it relatively quickly. You know, I wouldn't leave it for 20 minutes or so to dry. I would go straight on and blend it out and add in that colour in. And I've still got a bit of orange left onto my brush, so let's go in. Let's actually add a tiny little bit to the base, and we're just pushing it out, all the way out. It's so therapeutic doing this as well, Joe. It really is.
It really is nice. And just so many different things that you can do with them. I know we've spoken about it at length during the show, but I can even see younger members of the family, teens, absolutely loving these for a whole host of different things. Imagine, teens drawing like galactic, universal sort of pictures with them of planets and stuff, and, highlighting them with these, whether it's into school books, the front of school books. You know how teens really love to decorate the front of their school books, Craig?
Yeah.
This would be an awesome way of doing that with these sparkly glitter markers. I think they're going to be great. They would also be great to pack away as gifts, just for an emergency gift if you need for someone for some reason. And also the great thing is you buy someone a whole set of these, they're not going to know that they've not not broken the bank. They really haven't, because as a platinum member, remember $25.60 today or $38.40 to get all 3 of these. And that is a full collection too. It's all of the glitter markers in the range at the moment. So it's a very, very cost-effective way. And what a great starting point. If you've not tried our Spectrum Noir products before, I think what better way to start than with these? It'd be a really, really great starting point.
It is. You know, and yeah, it's great to start with tri-blends or classics or sparkle pens, but to go straight in with your glitter pens, and it's not just a one-job pen. I've showed you just a couple of different ways in which you can use them. And once we are finished, either today, Crafters TV, or at your own convenience, go back and have a look at Friday's Colour Me Happy and see lots of other techniques to do and use them with. Because you can actually blend with them as well if you use some glycerin with the glycerin technique. So you can start to do that as well. But let's go in very quickly. I'm not being neat, not being specific. We're going in back with the Moonlight Silver here, still using my clear sparkle overlay. And we're going to add that little bit of accent. We'll leave that to dry for a moment or two. I'm hoping we can try and get that sparkle just
you can see it there.
Through. Can you see it through?
Is it like the sparkle pens? Is it a case of the more it dries, the more sparkly it becomes?
Yeah, it'll become more as it dries. And it doesn't take
I can see
long.
that there.
Ah, look at that.
Really
Fab,
beautiful.
Charlotte, thank you. And I've kept the colours quite muted slightly. You can go more deep with the colours if you want to. But what I'm then going to do is I'm just going to dry this bit off here. And then let's take our tape runner. I've got a card base already good to go. Leave this to dry just for a moment or two, but I'm going to be careful not to smear anything. So let's go in here. I have brought in piece of orange texture card. Once again, I'm being careful. I don't want to spread. I've kind of spread it a little bit, and then I've created my own card base here using one of our borders. So what I've done is taken some pattern paper, and I'm going to lay this one on here and layering it on. So going very spring-like colours here with a bit of the green, but then also some of these layers. So let's take these ones here. What I'm going to do with them is I'm going to layer them on top of each other. So if I take this one, that one I'm then going to layer on the top here. So I've got it cut to size. And then what we can do is go in and do the same. That one I'm going to layer here. And then what we can then do is I'm going to bring in this one, and then I'm going to layer, I had it that way, didn't I? I'm going to layer that over the back. I would spend a little bit more time with adhesives. Oh, no, Craig, you've done it the wrong way. Now, I'm not pressed too hard, so it's coming off. And then what I can do, Joe, is come along and let's just pop this one on into the top part. Into here.
I love that, Craig.
Really nice little thank you card. And then once I get what I am going to do, because I don't want to smear any tiny little bits, I'll press that on. Just pressing it down. And then there we go. Got a really nice thank you card. Just need to burnish that top bit. And then we'll get that to sit like that one. Obviously it's on my glass mat, so it's going to have Bambi legs to start with. Let's put it on here. There we go. So you got your thank you card. So that's doing a little bit of watercolouring when it comes to not only our sparkle or our glitter pens, but I've used our sparkle clear overlay. Alternatively, you could have used your water brush, or you could have used your paintbrush and water.
Awesome. We need to wish Tracy Hope a very happy birthday on YouTube.
Happy birthday
today. Happy birthday, Tracy. Michelle Parsons says, just gave my oldest daughter the glass mat and a CC box full of basics for Easter. She was absolutely over the moon to try. Let us know how she gets on, please, Michelle. We'd love to know. Now, card of the day. The suspense is killing me. It is Leanne's teacup. As we thought it would be, rightfully deserves. It's going up onto the cabinet of creativity. The thing is, Yes, I think she's got a contender there for creation of the week, you know. I really, really do. It's going to be a tough week this week. We're only on, Wednesday, and we've got 3 awesome creations up there already. Jeffrey says, outstanding demonstrations today, Craig. They've been absolutely awesome. Let me whiz through some of the stuff that's proven very busy in this show for you. The Woodland Friends full collection here. Remember, it's the only way to get the Woodland deer and also those 3D die cut toppers. 63.20 or 77.60 as a platinum member. That is actually, you're saving more than you spend there as a platinum member by quite some way too. So do grab that. We also had the Eclipse stamp collection with 60 elements available for you. £39 or $45. Remember what you've got here, that full alphabet set and the stamp set too. Use the stamps on their own, use the alphas on their own, or use both together for a really fabulous look and effect there. Those glitter markers, the star of the show, without a shadow of a doubt, other than Craig, obviously. £32 and $48 to get all of them, and that is a full collection right there. There is an amazing stamp set that goes with them too. These stamps have been designed to work specifically with those glitter markers, so you know you're going to get a really fabulous effect there. £31.96 or $39.80. We've got some Totally Tiffany for you. It's the 3-inch flipping storage binder with the 5x7 magnetic sheets too. Totally Tiffany's your life with this. It's a great way for storing stamps, dies, embellishments, and a whole host of other things. Get it, got it, good. We launch this every single Monday. And this week, so it's the awesome colour blend pencils. You get 24 of them in there. You're only paying for the pencils. We're giving you the blending solution and the watercolour cardstock, which is the optimum cardstock to use for those, included totally free of charge. You only have until Monday though. Well, you actually only have until the end of Sunday to grab that one. So do make sure you take advantage of that. Craig, I can see you've got a pile of gorgeous bits over there from these glitter markers.
I do. I thought, let's finish the show and show you some things that you could be doing with the stamps as well as the glitter markers. So whether it's the lovely little fairy, of course, you can be colouring them any way that you want, any style that you want, whether it's going on direct, maybe you want to do some brush colouring, watercolouring. Also to show you, this is something similar that I've done on Colour Me Happy. That brown is from the glitter markers. Showed you how you can mix your colour, so you can get completely different colours, and you can still obviously do your woodwork or do it with your animals and things like that. Then we've got some more with the toadstools, little accents, little colours, another brief one that we touched upon on Colour Me Happy on Friday. And then what we've done, I know this one's slightly harder to see, but we've got little glitter marker accents throughout our stenciled card. Another one here where we've got some glitter accent from the pens, and these ones are going in with the neon ones that you can see here. But it doesn't just have to be the stamp set, you can start to incorporate them into your pop-up boxes.
Oh, that's a lovely idea.
Imagine your penny sliders are that way, you've coloured them in with the glitter pens. Or it could be your concept cards as well. So lots of different ways. Wherever you would do any colouring with your sparkle pens or your aqua pens or your tri-blends or classics, you can then do with your glitter markers as well.
Absolutely fantastic, really, really is. It's been awesome. I had a great show today. Craig, can I say a massive thank you? It was lovely to spend a couple of shows with you. We'll be back tomorrow again, which will be lovely.
We will do as well. It's been a great day with you as well, Joe. So yeah, so we're going to be back tomorrow with Wake Up Call, but before then, I'm away to head home and watch the remaining of the 2021 WWE Hall of Fame and then NXT that's also live tonight. And then I will see you back here live for Wake Up Call at midday here in the UK.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that already, Craig. It's going to be absolutely awesome. A lot of you still shopping online at the moment. Please don't forget to check out your baskets. Massive thank you to the team backstage, John and Tracy. Big thanks to the team in the gallery next door as well, Johnny and Charlotte. She's from Morpeth, in case you didn't know. Have a great evening if you're here in the UK. If you are across stateside, enjoy the rest of the day. And here's a sneak of what's coming up tomorrow.
Join myself and Joe tomorrow for your daily dose of Wake Up Call with Craig, where we're going to be having a look at some of the craftful items that are also going to be popping up in the show. They're craftful items, but they're also all hunky-dory craft items. So you know what it's like when it comes to hunky-dory crafts. You guys love them as much as I do. So do join us 12 p.m. here in the UK, or of course 7 a.m. Eastern time for you guys stateside. But then what you want you to do is then join Joe and Debbie for launch day. So Debbie is going to be showing you our brand new layering texture stamps. These are absolutely phenomenal that I know you're going to love just as much as I do.